Testing, testing, 1 2 1 2, testing. Go. Testing, 1 2 1 2. Here at Jack Edwards.
Let's go. Let's go.
Good evening and welcome to Jack Edwards Reserve for some round 22 NPL Men's Victoria football. It is 4th versus 6th and it could be a potential finals preview tonight. It's the Oakleigh Cannons taking on Hume City in a massive game for both of these two teams. Only 5 games remain in this season and right now it is gut check time in Victorian football as the race for finals continues to heat up. My name is Nick Tabano and I'll be taking you through the action tonight. It's great to have your company here on the NPL Victoria YouTube page for this blockbuster clash tonight. Both teams getting set and ready for this huge game with so much on the line for the Cannons and for Hume. All set and ready to go for this.
Let's go.
They can continue to keep themselves just ahead in that race ahead for 6th ahead of Dandy City and Green Gully. Taking a look at the starting lineups for both teams. For the Oakleigh Cannons, Jack Wachowski continues in goals, but Nick Feely is back on the bench for the Cannons tonight. Brody Boyce, Connor Hampson, Jordan Hall, Cam McGilp, Joe Guest, Adam Doradovich, Kingsley Sinclair, Asad Kasumovic, Matthew Dench, and Ajak Dayu into the starting lineup. Jacob Tratt on the bench tonight alongside Noah Holmes, Roy Gregory, Tom Alessandrados, and of course Nick Feely. No Alex Salmon tonight, out with injury for this game. Hume City, on the other hand, Michael Weir continues in goals. Joseph Ford alongside Zahiatis, Mason Tatafu, both their new signings in the starting lineup. Lloyd Isgrove returns to the 11 alongside Godfrey Dobele, Birkin Kerdar, Josh Bingham, Harry Ascroft, and Joshua O'Kane. On the bench, Damon Camilleri, Aaron Reardon, Mark Ochieng, Mehmet Ussel, Oliver Keelart, Asen Ishak, and Rob Harker make up the subs for Nick Hegarty's side as Nick Hegarty looks to record his first win since returning as head coach of Hume City. The last time these two teams met in the Cup, it was Rick Marchioli in the touchline for Hume, but now Hegarty returning in the last few weeks, looking to taste victory for the first time since returning to the dugout. All set and ready to go here in this massive, massive clash for both of these two teams. Both sides desperate to get back on the winners list. Hume City in their red kits going from left to right, and Oakleigh in their traditional navy blue going from right to left as Doradovich looking to put the Hume defence under some early pressure. Well played there by Adis. And it's out for a throw-in. So Oakleigh played a catch-up game last week against Melbourne Knights. A tightly fought 3-3 draw out at Knights Stadium. Missed the chance to go into third with that win, so remained 2 points behind Dandenong Thunder. Hume City, though, this is their first game in a fortnight. After the catch-up round, of course, saw only 1 league fixture played and 2 Doherty Cup semis. It's Matthew Dench isolated there with Ford, whips it in, and it's collected there by big Mike Weir. Hume, on the other hand, going through the final game of one of the more difficult runs that every team has had to face this year on 2 occasions. After playing Heidelberg and South Melbourne, Avondale as the ball through there to Dench. Dench bearing down on goal, and his shot's deflected behind for a corner. And last week, as mentioned, well, 2 weeks ago, lost 2-1 against Avondale, lost 2-1 against South, and 1-0 against Heidelberg. But it started before that. That 1-1 draw against Altona was the last time they got some points on the board. But the last time they tasted victory was that 3-1 win against Dandy City. So it's been a while between drinks for the visitors. They're looking to turn the tide today. But got a bit of defending to do here as Guests ball into the area. And it's cleared away there by the visitors. Ford. Well played there by Birkin Kerdar. He's forced all the way back. Here's Ishak. Looking for Isgrove. Great first touch there from the Welshman. And looking to find the run of Godfrey Dobelay. It's not a bad ball in behind. Dobelay towards goal! And it's just wide of the mark. Wachowski came charging off his line. And Dobelay's effort so close to opening the scoring there for the visitors. Only the one goal in the league this season for Godfrey Dobelay, and so close to adding a second. Did so well to get him behind, and Wachowski came charging out and couldn't get on the end of that and was almost made to pay. So, bit of an early scare there for that Oakleigh defence as Dench in behind. As well to bring it back under control. Hamps it into the area. It's not it away. Ford. Skips past Guest and looking for Isgrove on that far side, but it's intercepted. Here's Kasumovic. Winds up and it finds the wall through to Adam Doratovic and the shot's blocked. Well defended there by Hume City. Was Tatafu who threw his body on the line and was able to make the block. Frantic start to this one. Chances at both ends. Doratovic didn't know too much about it initially, but did well to bring it under control and get the shot away. But it was great defending there from the new Hume City defender, Mason Tatafu. Here's Bingham. Out wide there to Ford. He's in a shooting position. Goes for goal, and it's over the bar. And not a bad attempt there from Joseph Ford. And 2 early chances for the visitors. Putting his Oakleigh defence under some pressure inside the opening 5 minutes. Joseph Ford still looking for his first goal in the league this season. Strong start from Hume. They know what's on the line today. If they lose, and if they draw tonight, they are in danger of dropping out of the top 6 with both Dandy City and Green Gully nipping at their heels. There's Asad Kasumovic now. Looking to get forward. He has Guest in support. Goes for goal himself. It was always rising there from Kasumovic, who's been in some goal-scoring form as of late. But 4 really good chances between the two teams already. Still, we await the opener here at Jack Edwards Reserve. Of course, as mentioned, if Hume don't win tonight and one of Dandy City or Green Gully wins, they will fall outside the top 6. So a lot on the line here for Hume. So to hope to end this round inside the 6 as Kerdar out wide there towards Ford. Isolated here with Dench. Ford does really well to get the ball into a crossing position. Dench takes a slip after that block. Kerdar. And well defended there from Cam McGilp, and he's able to win his side a throw-in. Well, if you're watching tonight, it's great to see that the new benches have been built on that opposite side, meaning that got a completely unobstructed view here in this commentary position, and also for those here in the grandstand. And it's the new grandstand on the opposite side continues to take form, and expect that to be ready quite soon, hopefully before the end of this season. There's McGilp under pressure there from Godfrey Dobelay. Isgrove does well to win it back. Well played there from Isgrove, and he's in a crossing position. He puts it in towards Bingham, and it's just over the head there of the captain. And now a chance for Oakleigh to go back the other way. Here's Guest. Looking there for the run of Dench. Dench does well to keep it alive. Plays it along the deck. Tatafu got a foot in. And Hume did well to nullify that attack as Kurda, seeing with Tatafu coming into this team, Harry Ashcroft stepping forward there, the number 14 for Hume, playing as one of the deep line midfielders alongside Josh O'Kane. Interesting move there from Nick Hegarty. Tatafu up the line and is able to keep that one alive, and it's out for a throw-in. Tatafu in his third game now for Hume. Second consecutive start. Scored against Avondale 2 weeks ago. Formerly of Perth Glory. Spent the last few years, though, in the US, playing in the US college system and in USL too as well, before making the way back to Australia. And he's fitting beautifully into this Hume City side, as here's the other new arrival, Zahiatis, looking to get forward. And Boyce did well to get across and wins the free kick as well. Strong challenge there from the new Hume City left back. Interesting change today from Chris Taylor's side. That centre-back pairing of Tratt and Hall separated tonight. Tratt's missed a few games through injury, but on the bench instead, and Ajak Dayu getting his opportunity. Tratt and Hall had been a formidable partnership in the back end of last season, but last few weeks, Oakleigh have shipped quite a few goals. 6 in their last 2, but even before that 4-0 win against Preston, they conceded 3 against St Albans and 5 against Melbourne Victory at this venue. So Chris Taylor just tinkering things here as we head in towards the run home, as Kasumovic's ball into the area and knocked behind and out for a corner. Adam Duradovic getting an extended opportunity for the Cannons in that starting lineup. Scored in his last 3 prior to the catch-up round last week. Really making the most of his opportunity in the starting lineup. Hoping to get on the end of this one as Joe Guest, who's just been in fantastic form this season, on corner duties, whips it into the area, and was Hall who almost got a head to it, but stuck behind for another corner. Guest again on corner duties. Ball into the near post, nodded away there by Dobalate. Kasumovic back to Guest. Pops it back into the air. It's not a bad ball at all, and it's in! Connor Hampson nodding home. It's that combination again of Guest and Hampson to nod the Cannons in front. Hampson with his 3rd of the season, and Oakleigh have their noses in front in the opening 10 minutes here. Two players formerly of Curzon Ashton linking up there, as we've seen so many times since Hampson signed for Oakleigh, particularly from set pieces. It's been Guest putting it on the head of Hampson, and right then and there, they link up to put Oakleigh in front. It's a very, very familiar tale. Connor Hampson now with 13 goals in the league for Oakleigh since arriving at the club, and Joe Guest just continues to have an amazing season with yet another assist. Well defended there from the goal scorer Hampson, putting Ford under pressure, but Ford wins it back, plays it along the deck, and it's defended well there by Cam McGilp. Sends the ball forward. Duradovic, Dench, has Kasumovic in some space on that far side. Looking for Guest on this near side, and a lovely first-time ball just sat up behind him. Guest into the area. Knocked away by Ishak. Comes back out to Kasumovic. Isolated on that far side, but it's well defended there by Adis, who does well. Much to the chagrin of some Oakleigh fans in the grandstand here. It's been some really good form as of late. Asad Kasumovic, 3 goals in his last 3 games. to continue his good goal-scoring run, his second season at the club. Duradovic, good hold-up play there, was looking for the run of Kingsley Sinclair, looking to join him from midfield, but Hume win it back. Here's Doberlay. It's an early opportunity that went wide, really. Seems also so important after Oakleigh have managed to open the scoring, so still plenty of time, though, for Hume to get themselves back in this game, but Oakleigh, as we've seen so many times at this venue throughout the years, when they go in front, they're so hard to sort of let go of that lead. They're so good at just controlling things and seeing out results. In fact, this year, when they've led at every game at halftime, they have gone on to win. So, something that I'm sure Hume will be wary of, but still plenty of time this first half to get it back on level pegging. Hume, on the other hand, though, when they've been behind at halftime, they've come back twice to win, the most in the league this season, equal with Dandy Thunder. Patient in possession here are the visitors. Here's Ashcroft. Looking for Bingham and wasn't able to get on the end of it, and that rolls through there to Wachorski. Fourth game for the new Oakleigh Cannons goalkeeper, Jack Wachorski. Bit of competition with Nick Feely returning. Make things very interesting to see how Chris Taylor manages that heading into finals as to who has that number one mantle. Wachorski signing from the Central Coast Mariners in this mid-season window. Nick Feely, though, has been the main man between the sticks for many years here at Oakleigh. For now, Wachorski has that position as his, as Doberlay looking centrally. McGilp got there first. It was a late challenge, and it's Harry Ashcroft who caught McGilp late, and that's a yellow card there going to the veteran. Harry Ashcroft receiving his 6th yellow of the year, and he goes into the books. So the first booking of the game there from referee Jack Morgan. This is one of 4 games in the top flight tonight. A lot of big games with massive stakes in the race for finals football, the premiership, and as well relegation. Green Gully taking on Heidelberg over at Green Gully Reserve, kicking off a bit earlier today. Port Melbourne against Dandy Thunder, which I'm sure Oakleigh will be keeping an eye on, because if they win and Dandy Thunder drop points, they go into third. And, of course, Preston against Melbourne Knights as well tonight, as Kasumovic plays it back to Sinclair. Guest brings under control, looking back for Sinclair, and it's out for a goal kick. Just wasn't able to bring that one under control and test Michael Weir. So well defended there by Hume. Of course, Preston just ahead of Hume, just behind Oakleigh. So both these two teams will have a vested interest in that game as well. A work there from Doberlay. Ishak to Ford. Ashcroft stepping into that hole and receiving the pass there from Ishak, and looking there for Doberlay. Does well to cut inside. Strong challenge there from Hampson, and he's given away the free kick. And his Oakleigh teammates are not happy one little bit. He thought that he won the ball, but Jack Morgan is having none of it. And he's given the free kick here to Hume City in a very dangerous position. And we know Birkin Kerdai can hit these free kicks. He's a set-piece wizard, as he's shown throughout his time at Hume and Dandy Thunder last season, even before that at Melbourne Victory. Certainly someone to keep an eye on in these positions. So Kerda Floats it into the area, and it's beaten everyone inside the box, and it's chased down there by Tatafu. Plays it back out, ball curled into the area. Dobley does well to bring it under control, but it's cleared momentarily. Here's Ford. Isgrove. Going to cut inside. And it's under pressure there from McGilp, and he's forced to go all the way back. Or, in fact, just go the long way as he's passed it all the way back there to Ashcroft. Lloyd Isgrove in his second season at Hume hasn't had the same joy in front of goal he did in his first year, but still someone that can, in a moment, turn things around and have a massive impact, as we've seen throughout this year. Did score in that 3-2 win against Oakleigh in the Doherty Cup, the last time those two teams did meet, along with Josh O'Kane and Godfrey Dobley on that occasion. It was a big win for Hume, who came from behind to win that game 3-2. And I'll be hoping for something similar tonight. Hall clearing it away. Guest knocking it forward towards Doradovic. Tatafu with the ball over the top. Ajikdayu wins the header. Bit of head tennis there between the two teams. Here's Ashcroft looking to play it over the top, but Boyce getting back and getting the interception. Sinclair. Doradovic goes to ground. Again, well defended there from the visitors, but McGilp winning it back. Looking there for the run as Doradovic goes to ground. So it was Sinclair. No free kick paid as Jack Morgan lets things roll. Dobley with a slip. Wasn't able to bring that one under his control, and Oakleigh again happy just to sit on the ball here. Cannons can also seal their place in the finals tonight with a win. So bearing what happens with those Dandy City and Green Gully games, if both those teams lose, and they'll be playing finals yet again, as a free kick awarded there to the Cannons. Bit of a wrestle there on that far side, and that's a yellow card going to Asen Ishak after that challenge there on Doradovic. Seventh yellow card of the season for Ishak, and an opportunity here for Oakleigh again. If Oakleigh seal a place in the finals, there'll be 9 straight finals appearances for them. Haven't missed the finals since all the way back in 2015. It's an incredible run. It's Joe Guest here on free kick duties. Already has 1 assist to his name. Looking to make it 2. Ball whipped to the back post, and it's nodded away. Calls for a handball, and it's Jack Morgan lets it run. No penalty there for the Cannons. Jack Dayu putting O'Kane under pressure, and that's a free kick going to Hume. And the Oakleigh players are not happy. They felt they should have had a penalty. Jack Morgan just settling things down, having a chat there with Josh Bingham. If Josh Bingham does score tonight, in fact, he will go past his coach, Nick Hegarty, with 45 goals for Hume City. Both level on 44. Bingham has only scored the 1 goal in the league this season, but hoping to add to that tonight, as long ball over the top was never going to work out for either Bingham or Dobley. It's out for a goal kick. Just looking at that bench for Hume City. Rob Harker, who has been in some great form since he's gotten himself in the team and back from injury. His 10 appearances has 5 goals this year. Not starting tonight. Someone to certainly keep an eye on later in this game. should Hume need to chase the result. Someone who you expect to see at some point. Here's Sinclair winning the ball back here for Oakleigh. Looking for the run of Kasumovic, but well defended again. Isgrove. Well, one back there by Sinclair. Duradovic into the box. Cleared away. Bingham. Well played by McGilp. They've really been a picture of consistency, this Oakleigh team, for many years, and seen a lot of their rivals have had an off year and missed finals. This team has been so consistent and always thereabouts. And the 2 years they won the NPL Victoria Championship last June in 2022, they did it from outside the top two. We're hoping to do that again, given the gap between them and Avondale at the moment is just probably a little bit too big at the moment, insurmountable for them unless something incredible happens in the final few rounds. But once it gets to finals time, that's Oakleigh time, as Tatafu looking to play it back, and he's turned it over, but the flag is up and it's an offside, so it must have come from the initial play. You see, like, those teams around them, even teams like Heidelberg missed finals in 2023, Avondale in 2022 missed finals. Team above them, Dandy Thunder, haven't played finals in over 10 years. Preston, of course, back in the top flight for the first time, and Hume City, well, so for Preston, first time in quite some time, and for Hume City, of course, haven't played back-to-back years in finals since 2011, looking to change that tonight. Of course, we're in finals last year, but spent long periods outside the top six, and even South Melbourne, who are outside the six this year and been a picture of consistency for years, missed finals just as recently as 2019 as Doberlate plays it into the area. It's not a bad ball. Here's Curter. Out wide to Isgrove. Across his block, well defended there by the Cannons. And it's out for a throw-in, so well telegraphed there from the home side. Well to nullify that attack, but it really speaks to just how strong this Oakleigh team has been for so many years. And they will back themselves come finals time to go on another run. Even beyond tonight, have a good set of games that will prepare them for finals, and with games against the likes of Heidelberg and South Melbourne as well. Even Dandy City next week, who are battling finals, and tonight, South Melbourne, who may not make the finals this season, but have been on a bit of a good run. Of course, made the Doherty Cup final, that win against Avondale, and looking to play spoiler. So a great opportunity for Oakleigh to continue to test themselves in big games all the way until those sudden death fixtures in late August, early September, as Dench. Here's Hampson. McGilp. Back to Hampson. He's in a crossing position here. Not a bad ball into the box. And it's sort of towards goal. And Oakleigh doubled their lead. Adam Duradovic with the final touch. And inside 25 minutes, Oakleigh are flexing. Great ball into the box. And Duradovic, who has been in a red-hot run of form with his fourth goal of the season, makes it 4 goals in his last 5. And Oakleigh take a 2-0 lead here against Hume. That was a great ball into the box. And Duradovic, who has had to be patient for his opportunities this year, making the most of them now and getting on the score sheet here. So how can Hume City respond from this? Of course, they have struggled this year against top 6 teams, only beat Dandy Thunder back in round 2, back at home. That's their only win against a top 6 side this season. And yet again, they're staring down the barrel, and this will just continue to heap on the pressure heading into the final month of the season as they look to secure a finals berth. But Oakleigh right now getting back to their vintage selves at the moment. Strong challenge from McGilp there on Curta. And that's going to be a yellow card there to Cam McGilp. And that's his 5th yellow of the season. So McGilp will be suspended for Oakleigh's next game away at Dandy City next week as a result of that challenge. Very strong challenge there on Burke and Curta, the 2 former Melbourne Victory midfielders. Really impressive to see this Oakleigh team continue to bang in the goals even without their main man up top, Alex Salmon. He's had a bit of an injury-wretched run over the last few weeks, and even to start this season. Still managed to bang home 8 goals this season, but Adam Duradovic filling in brilliantly. And even as well, Joe Knowles has been out for the majority of this season with torn ACL. They've done so well to cover for them when they've been missing, whether it's been Guest banging in the goals or Duradovic or Kasumovic. They've got so much talent right across the pitch to this Oakleigh team. And even someone like Tom Alessandrados, who they brought in from Port Melbourne, someone to certainly watch. Haven't seen a lot of him since joining Oakleigh, but sure we'll see him at some point tonight. To Tafu. Curta through to Ashcroft. Lovely first-time ball. Sits up there for forward. Dench getting back to support Hampson, and it's well defended there by Oakleigh. Hampson able to clear it away. O'Kane steps past Guest. Played there from O'Kane. Curta through to Ford. Strong challenge there from Hampson. And it's behind for a corner. So a corner here on this near side here for Hume. Down by 2. But still plenty of time in this game if they can get one back and set things up brilliantly as we tick towards half an hour played here. Dobele in the short corner. Curta along the deck, back towards Dobele. Turns and shoots. It's blocked, and Dench is there to hoof it away. Ford able to chase it down and reset things again here for Hume. His ball never looked likely there to find Isgrove, who sway in frustration. And Joe Guest has gone down behind play here, and well, this is a worry. Man who has been one of the top players in the league this season, perhaps having his best season in Victoria. Down here, hopefully nothing serious. 14 goals this season, already an assist tonight. In case you're just tuning in here, Oakleigh 2 goals to the good, courtesy of goals from Connor Hampson and Adam Duradovic. All the other games tonight still 0-0 at the moment. If Oakleigh hang on to this win, it won't be enough to seal a finals berth unless Heidelberg are able to beat Green Gully and Avondale beat Dandy City tomorrow, but it would all but wrap it up. And for now, given Dandy Thunder currently being level with Port Melbourne at 0-0, Oakleigh would go into 3rd, which would mean, of course, they would, if they finish in 3rd, they would host 6th place in the elimination finals, and if they win that, they play the lower ranked of the top 2 teams, which at this point would be Avondale, where they've in finals of recent time, of course, thinking about last year when they went on the road to Venture Park and won, they've had plenty of joy as Michael Weir having to control the bouncing ball, and he sends it long. Good news there for Oakleigh. Joe Guest able to continue after that one. See that their captain fantastic is all good to continue as a lovely flick from Duradovic finds Dench. Dench getting down the left-hand side. Pass forward. Does well here, Matty Dench. And a strong challenge there from Ford, but he won the ball. And Ford doing well to nullify that attack, but his clearance goes straight to McGilp. Doberlay able to bring it under control in the end. Hampson puts it behind, and nice little battle there on this near side. Kurtar battling there with Guest. Battle between two of the most creative midfielders in the competition. Adis here looking to get forward. Past Kasumovic, and it's out for another throw in here to Hume. Ashcroft. Still going here, Harry Ashcroft. Goes for goal, and Wachowski doing well to get down to his left and make the save. Rare opportunity there for Harry Ashcroft. 8 goals in NPL Victoria. Scored 3 this year. The majority of those come from set pieces. Great with his head inside the box, but very rarely do you see him going on a mazy run and putting one past the goalkeeper as he gives away the free kick. Harry Ashcroft, as well as Jack Wachowski, former Central Coast Mariners. Wachowski made the move to Oakleigh in this mid-season window and extended internship at the Mariners, playing alongside the likes of Danny Vukovic. That championship winning season, but was stuck behind Dylan Parage-Cullen this year, and Pavlicic as well. Did see a few games lining up for the Mariners. Played 4 games in 2 years for the club in the AFC Cup, the AFC Champions League, and as well in the Australia Cup as well, playing against Sydney FC. Tatafu stepping forward. Goes to ground. It's a free kick there to Hume. Just over 10 minutes of regulation time remaining in this first half. Long ball over the top there. Bingham nods it down towards Doberlay. Chance here for Hume, and that's a big block there from Hampson. Did so well to get ahead there of the Hume number 9, and it's out for a corner. Godfrey Doberlay, who had a great chance early in this game to open the scoring. Did well to bring it under control and get that chance on goal, but Hampson, who has been fantastic tonight, getting across to make that challenge. So corner here for Hume. Kurtar in towards the near post, nodded away there by Dayu. Out to Isgrove. Puts it back into the area. Out comes Wachowski. Got 2 fists on it. O'Kane does well to bring it under control. And goes all the way back there to Ford. Sorry, it's Adis. Long raking ball towards Bingham, who nods it down, and Dayu's there to clear it. Tatafu. Here's Ishak. Patient build up here from the visitors. Ashcroft looking to step forward from midfield. Isgrove. Back to Kurtar. Going to go for a cross or a shot in the end, but nonetheless it's out for a goal kick. It's always going to take something spectacular from Burke and Kurtar to beat Jack Wachowski there. Guest flicks it on. Kasumovic looking to chase this one down, but Pettis is there to put it out for a throw-in. Boyce. Lovely knock down. Guest going for goal, and it's saved there by Weir. He's never really going to test Michael Weir with that sort of attempt, and held firm, the big Hume City goalkeeper. Second season back at the club. Here's Michael Weir after a few years at the Jets in the A-League, and now back playing for Hume, where he put his name up in lights prior to his move to the Hunter. As Tatafu looking for Bingham. Hampson's there. McGilp. Here's Dench. Oh, it's a lovely ball through, and it finds Joe Guest, who plays along the deck towards Doradovic. And it's cleared away. O'Kane. Kurtar. And here you go Hume. Strong challenge there from Sinclair. No free kick given. Jack Morgan let it run. And it's going to be Oakleigh who can go back the other way, despite the protest there from the Hume bench. Dayu. Here's Hampson. Back in board to McGilp. Cool and calm at the moment, Oakleigh. No rush to get in behind this Hume defence. As the ball over the top looking for Doradovic. Tatafu getting across. He's able to win his side a goal kick. So closing in on half-time here. Oakleigh, 2 goals to the good, courtesy of Connor Hampson and Adam Doradovic. The difference between the two teams so far. Ishak. Plays it back there to Weir. Shaq with the ball over the top. Bingham would chase that one down, but wasn't able to bring it under control. And it's out for a goal kick. And this Oakleigh defence in the last little bit have just been so steadfast after a bit of a nervous start. Haven't been as sturdy this year. The Cannons conceded 31 goals this year. Tinkering things defensively tonight with Jacob Tratt starting from the bench and Ajak Dayu in at centre-back alongside Jordan Hall. Very handy player to call upon in Dayu, who has a A-League experience with Western United and did start a few games earlier this season. Missed all of last year through that torn ACL, but it's been such a handy inclusion in this Oakleigh team as Dench. Side the throw. Doradovic, lovely flick towards Guest, who plays it out to Gasumovic. They cut inside, and his cross is cleared away. McGilp. Well to put his head on the line and under pressure there from McGilp. And wins his side a throw-in. Hume haven't won at this venue since all the way back in 2022, and so far it looks like Oakleigh set to make that run continue for yet another year, unless there's a dramatic turn in fortunes. As here's McGilp coming centrally, goes for goal there, Cam McGilp, but it's just wide of the mark. Not a bad attempt at all there from Cam McGilp. Incredibly enough, as mentioned earlier, Oakleigh have not dropped a point this season when leading at half-time. So a big task for Hume City in this second 45 to get back in this game and get something from this. They're up against history at the moment, but history is made to be broken, so we'll see what they can do. Hume, though, of course, have come back twice this year from deficits at half-time to win. It's the equal most in this league, along with Dandy Thunder. Be hoping to produce something similar tonight and make it 3. Bingham, well defended by Hall. One back there by Kasumovic. Lovely work there from Sinclair. Switching ball there towards Dench, who brings it under his control with his chest and did well to get behind forward. Still going here, Matty Dench. Cuts it back, and it's a chance for Doranovic, and it's saved by Weir. And it was just way too easy there for Oakleigh. Doranovic just had so much time to put that one on goal. It was a good stop, though, from Weir. Matthew Dench has caused all sorts of problems on this near side. It's been a good battle with Ford and did well to spring back up off his feet and get that ball into the area. And Doranovic, he's hungry for more tonight. Closing in on half-time here. Still enough change remaining for either team to add to this scoreboard, for Oakwood to add to this scoreline, or for Hume to get one back. Wait to see what that fourth official board does say as to how much added time there will be. Tatafu, Ford, Kurta dropping short. Well defended there by Sinclair. Hampson. Long up the line. Well controlled there by Doranovic. Dench. Played by Ashcroft, but Hampson's there to mop up. Doranovic centrally towards McGill. It's a heavy touch, and O'Kane looking to push the pace back the other way. As Isgrove in support. So we have 2 minutes of added time to end this first half. Is there enough for Hume to build something up here? Adis looking to get forward down this left. And it's well defended there by Kasumovic and out for a throw-in. Still in a dangerous position, though, for Hume. Isgrove. Dobele, heavy touch. Chases it down and plays it short to Ashcroft. Ford. Puts it into the area. Dobele and Bingham were in the middle waiting for it. O'Kane still going, goes to ground. No free kick or penalty. And Oakleigh can go back the other way. Kasumovic sending it long. Dench wins the header, but Tatafu was there to get there first before Doranovic. Tatafu. Switching ball there towards Isgrove. Boyce got ahead to it. Isgrove looking to chase this one down. Lloyd Isgrove towards goal, and it's off the line by Dayu. Desperate defending there from the Oakleigh Cannons. And Dayu getting back just in the nick of time to put that ball behind for a corner. And Lloyd Isgrove almost inches away from halving Hume's deficit before half-time. But Ajak Dayu did so well to chase that one down and put it behind. So a corner here, though, for Hume. Ball into the area. It's over the head of everybody, but O'Kane's there to chase it down. Short to Isgrove. Going for goal. It's blocked. Ishak. He has a go, and it's defended again well there by Dayu, who got his body in the way. Isgrove skips around his man. Into the area looking for Doberlay. It's cleared away, and that's half-time. So Oakleigh will go into the sheds with a 2-goal advantage. There was a bit of a scare there before the half-time whistle. It's a late chance there for Lloyd Isgrove. Ajak Dayu with some desperate defending to keep the Cannons with that 2-goal advantage. Connor Hampson with the opening goal. Great ball into the area from Guest to get the all-important opener before Adam Duradovic doubled Oakleigh's lead. And with them 2 goals to the good here at Jack Edwards Reserve as they are looking the goods to take one more step towards finals football this year. We're back.
Let's go.
Welcome back to Jack Edwards Reserve, round 22 NPL Men's Victoria fixture here between the Oakleigh Cannons and Hume City, 4th versus 6th, and it's 4th in the lead. 2-0 as we get ready to start the second half. Connor Hampson and Adam Doradovich, the goal scorers here. Oakleigh closing in on a finals berth. A win today and losses for both Green Gully and Dandy City mean Oakleigh will play finals for the 9th straight time. Hume, on the other hand, they need to fight back and get something from this game to keep themselves confirmed inside the top 6. They'll be happy to know, though, that Heidelberg's leading against Green Gully. So as long as Dandy City don't get something tomorrow against
Let's go.
But we'll see what happens in this next 45 as Oakleigh get things underway. From left to right in their traditional navy blue, Hume in their home red kits going from right to left. Nick Tabano here to take you through all the action here tonight. As mentioned around the grounds, Heidelberg leading 2-0 against Green Gully. Heidelberg's incredible unbeaten run set to continue. Ben Collins and Asahi Yokokawa getting on the score sheet there. Dandy Thunder currently still level against Port Melbourne at JL Murphy Reserve at half-time, which, if that result stays and Oakleigh win this game, Oakleigh will go into 3rd at the end of this round as Boyce puts it into the area. It's not a bad ball in, and it was Doradovich who was looking to chase that one down, but Michael Weir's there to collect. And then the side just behind Oakleigh on the table in Preston, leading a 0 against Melbourne Knights. Of course, they're the side just above Hume City as well. Technically, if both those results turn, Hume could still get themselves into 5th, but there's a big mountain for them to climb and needing a lot to go their way elsewhere as Dench, burning down the left, plays it along the deck. Guest is waiting, but it's well defended, and Hume can go back the other way. Oakleigh looking to pick up right where they left off in that first half, as no nonsense there from Connor Hampson putting that one away, as saw Oakleigh play here, and it looks like it's Ajak Dayu who he'll be good to go and good to continue in the starting lineup tonight. Here's Ajak Dayu coming in for Jacob Tratt, who's been relegated to the bench, and he made a very, very important goal line clearance on the stroke of half time, which almost got Hume back into this game and got it back to 2-1. Lloyd Isgrove coming so close, but Dayu's desperate defending, denying Hume City goal, which would have halved the deficit going into the break, given them all the momentum coming into the second half. Be interesting to see if Dayu is able to continue as the ball over the top there towards Doradovich, chasing it down. Also, how long be able to continue as Hampson's ball in and Kasumovic with a flick towards goal, but the flag is up. Just keeping an eye on Dayu at the moment. Looks like he's just going to try and walk off that injury still. So he's rubbing the knee. Do have Tratt on the bench, as well as Noah Holmes, Roy Gregory and Tom Alessandrados, and Nick Feely as well making his return from injury. Haven't seen him since that 5-2 loss against Melbourne Victory where he went down with an injury. But Jack Wachowski, who was signed in that mid-season window, still assuming the number 1 mantle for now. Kasumovic. Ashcroft winning the header, nodding it towards Doberle. Well played there by Dayu. Doradovich, Guest, winning the free kick. Joe Guest looking to make a charge towards the Golden Boot as well. 3 goals behind the leader in Bourgeois. Has 17 goals this season. Guest equal with Avondale's Manny Agwek in second on 14. Guest looking to chase down the Heidelberg marksman in the final few rounds of the season as Hume win the free kick. Oakleigh, of course, in action again actually on Monday night in a friendly against Western United. So the A-League men's side coming out for their first pre-season hit out here against Oakleigh on Monday here at Jack Edwards Reserve. Make sure you get down and see the side that finished 3rd in the A-League last season going head-to-head with the Cannons before they kick off their Australia Cup campaign. Headers his ball into the area. Looking for Ford, but it's well defended by Dench and helps it behind there for a goal kick. And the turnaround after that, playing Dandy City on Friday night in 7 days' time at Frank Holohan Soccer Complex. Another big game for Oakleigh, playing against a team that are firmly nipping at the heels of Hume. Could be sixth by the time that game kicks off if they're able to knock off Avondale tomorrow. But it's a big, big ask, and the Cannons take on the Altona Magic back here at home, and then there's the Doherty Cup final break, and then Heidelberg, who have just been in incredible form, they take on the Burgers at Olympic Village before rounding out the regular season against South Melbourne here, which is always a big fixture. Hume, on the other hand, though, have got a big run of games coming up, playing all three sides in the bottom three as Guest goes to ground. Well played by Tatafu. Ford. Doberlay as well to hold it up and plays it back. Tatafu sending it long, looking for Doberlay. Day winning the header, did well. Sinclair. Here's McGilp. Kasumovic. Stops, props, plays it short to McGilp. Those next three games for Hume shape is crucial, not only for them, but the sides they'll be playing. They could play essentially against teams that will have to win to survive, particularly against the likes of Melbourne Knights or Port Melbourne, depending on where they're at, even Melbourne Victory in that run. Hume really need to get points in those games. Here's Isgrove cutting inside. The shot's blocked there from Dayu. Guest chasing it down, and there's Ford who goes to ground. That's a free kick there to Hume. So in a dangerous position here for the visitors. Still plenty of time for this one, though, to turn around if they can get something on the board. Although it is a big mountain for them to climb, and Oakleigh have not dropped points when leading at half-time at all this season. Records are made to be broken, so we'll see what Hume can do from this free kick. Birkin Kurdar standing over it. 5 goals this season for Kurdar. All the tall timber forward for this one. What can the visitors manufacture here? Kurdar into the area, nodded towards goal from Ashcroft. And it's just over the bar, so a warning shot fired there from the visitors. Good start to this second half from Hume City. Some final scores in VPL 1 as well to keep an eye on. Of course, a couple of teams who might be featuring in the top flight next year. Melbourne City defeating Langwarrin 3-0. They continue to hold on to top spot in VPL 1, and Brunswick City 4-1 winners against Manningham. Means they will end the round still inside the top 6. That third and final promotion spot, of course, is battled via the playoffs. So Brunswick City at the moment in 5th. Depending on the result tomorrow between North Sunshine Eagles and FC Melbourne Serbia. 5th or 6th. And Heidelberg leading 3-0 as well against Green Gully. That top flight contest as well, it's about to come to an end as Doberlay does well to hold off the Oakwood defenders. Ashcroft. Ishak. Headers back to Tatafu. Is Ashcroft. Sending it long towards Bingham, and it might sit up there for Bingham, but it's bounced through there to Wachorski. Josh Bingham trying to get on the end of that one, looking to add to his solitary goal this season in the league. McGilp, and just on the same wavelength there as his teammate Hampson. Out for a throw-in. So a little patch here from Hume. Can they make the most of it and make some inroads on the scoreboard, though? Still looking for their first win under Nick Hegarty since his return. Ball fed through there towards Dench. And free kick awarded there to Hume. Bit of a jumper tug there just in front of the Cannons bench. Great to see that grandstand that has slowly but surely taken form throughout this season, getting closer and closer towards opening, hopefully in time for finals. Word is it's going to be open in September, so should Oakleigh host a final, expect it to be open for that game. So the grand opening could be in a cutthroat fixture for the Cannons. Boyce knocking it forward. Lovely 1-2, O'Kane. Kerdar looking to play it through there towards Isgrove, and it's both Kerdar and Boyce on the deck. And it's going to be a free kick going to Hume City. So late challenge there from Brodie Boyce on Kerdar. So again, a good passage here from the visitors. See if Jack Morgan's going to hand out a booking as well there to the Oakleigh right back, but teams have a word there with Bingham and Kerdar as well. It's Jack Morgan, and just looking to get things sorted. So good passage from Hume. Can they start to make the most of it and start to put the pressure back on Oakleigh? Burke and Kerdar in a very dangerous position. Kerdar stepping up and putting it into the area. Not a bad ball in. Dale got a head to it. Comes out there to Isgrove. Couldn't get the shot away. Goes short there to Kerdar instead, who goes for goal. That's a strong challenge from McGilp. And now a chance here for Oakleigh to go back the other way. Here's Doradovic. Has Guest in support. Good challenge there from forward. Play on's the call. Kasumovic finds Guest. Back to Kasumovic, and it's well defended. And again, Hume do well to get back and nullify that Oakleigh attack. Well played from McGilp, and he wins his side a free kick. Of course, Nick Hegarty. This is now game number 4 of him as the standing in now as the head coach of Hume City since the departure of Riccardo Marchioli. Still looking for that first win in charge of Hume since returning. Favourite son in the West. Looking to steer them towards back-to-back finals appearances for the first time since 2011. His side, though, have got a bit of defending here to do to not go behind by 3. It's actually Guest instead who takes it, and it's free kick awarded there to Hume. Bit of a shove inside the area, and Hume are able to breathe a momentary sigh of relief. So that run home for Hume, those next 3 games, so important. Port Melbourne at home, Melbourne Knights away, Victory at home, all 3 bottom 3 sides before the final game of the season against the red-hot St Albans at Churchill Reserve. And St Albans have been one of the form teams who perhaps finals might be a little bit out of the picture, but just like last year, coming home, a head full of steam and looking to put the pressure on, as Cam McGilpie has been forced off with an injury for Oakleigh, so he's going to be substituted off, and Noah Holmes coming on here for the Oakleigh number 8. So McGilp's evening comes to a premature end, and he's missed a bit of football this year through injury. So his 15th appearance in the league this season, but he missed 6 games, and Oakleigh be hoping it's nothing too serious. Noah Holmes back as well, who's also missed a lot of football through injury, but slotting in there alongside Sinclair as the ball towards Doberlay, and it's out for a goal kick. Oakleigh today without a host of players. No Alex Savin. It's out again through injury. Joe Knowles has been out for the lasted a while out for the rest of this season. No Campbell Strong today as well. It's good for them to as well welcome back Nick Feely into that goalkeepers union. Dench looking to the pressure here. Here's Guest. He's able to get on the end of this one, and he plays it short to Kasumovic. Well, the Crows face a goal there, and it's put behind there for a corner. And a nervous moment for the Hume defence again. It was well worked from Guest to Kasumovic, and just was begging for someone to get a final touch on that one. But Oakleigh will have another chance here from the corner. Guest again on set-piece duties as into the near post, and it's nodded towards goal, and it's in! Oakleigh go 3 up. It's Ajak Dayu coming up from the back, scoring his 3rd of the season and making the most of his opportunity in the starting lineup tonight. Ball rocketed into the box, and Dayu just had to get a flick on that one, and that was steered expertly into the corner. Coming in tonight for Jacob Tratt into the starting lineup and making the most of his chance at both ends. A big goal there for Ajak Dayu, and Oakleigh cruising here at Jack Edwards Reserve. So Oakleigh taking another huge step towards securing a finals berth and turning around what has been a difficult run of form. Only one win in their last 5 coming into this one. But bouncing back after consecutive draws and looking set to come away with 3 points here. And they want more as Dench looking for Duradovic. He's timed his run beautifully. Duradovic is in behind, goes for goal himself. Weir spills it, but Zishak was there to mop up, and a nervous moment again for Hume. Duradovic is really feeling himself at the moment, and that's a free kick, and now Duradovic is going to go into the book. He's been in very good form at the moment as the former Melbourne Victory youth striker. So, quick update around the grounds. Dandy Thunder taking the lead against Port Melbourne, so both results stand. Oakleigh will remain in 4th, but if Port Melbourne are able to get something from this game, this result will take Oakleigh into 3rd. Hume have got a massive mountain to climb to get back into this game, but it's looking ever more likely their winless run is set to extend to 5 games. They're going to be watching on nervously tomorrow when Dandy City take on Avondale. Luckily for them, Dandy City taking on a team in Avondale have been so good at home, haven't lost at home this season. Isgrove feeds it through to Kurda. Goes to Groud, no free kick awarded. Oakleigh looking to go back the other way. Ishak isolated there with Duradovic, former teammates, and Ishak did very well. And Hume were able to repel the Oakleigh attack. One of those little moments that Hume have had, been fleeting in this game, but they've had their chances. I mean, Godfrey Dobele so early in the contest, so close to opening the scoring. Lloyd Isgrove on the brink of half-time, having his shot cleared off the line. But Oakleigh have just been ruthless back the other way. Sadis's cross is blocked, and it's out for a corner. So a corner here on this near side. Kurda, set-piece duties into the back post, nodded back towards goal, and calls for a penalty from the Hume City bench, but Jack Morgan was having none of it. Oakleigh are able to clear. This result has felt more like what we've become accustomed to from Oakleigh in their championship years and their many years of success. Looking ever closer towards making it 9 straight finals appearances. Last time Oakleigh missed the finals was all the way back in 2015, so it's been a long time between drinks since they have not been in action come September. Strong challenge there on Duradovic, and Jack Morgan lets it run. Duradovic is still on the ground there. He believes that Josh O'Kane won the ball fairly. Kurta takes it on the half volley. It's blocked there by Boyce. Hampson winning the header. And now Oakleigh can go back the other way. Guest towards Dench. Good challenge there from Isgrove. Looking to kickstart something here for Hume. Is the Welshman still going here, Lloyd Isgrove? And it's well played by Sinclair. Very well worked. Holmes. Sinclair plays it out wide. Dench was looking for Guest centrally, and it's a bit of afters there off the ball and a bit of push and shove. And Jack Morgan just wants to have a word there with Matthew Dench. It's going to be coming back for Hume City ball. Bit of argy-bargy there between the two, but things continue here. Here's Doberlate. Ishak. Back towards Doberlate. Ashcroft. Waits, assesses his options and finds his Grove. O'Kane. Ashcroft just patient here, just nothing on for him ahead of the ball, so he's forced to go sideways, and here's Kurta. Isgrove. Cross is blocked, and now Oakleigh can go back the other way. Dench going to take it at forward, and he puts the foot down. Well played there from Matty Dench. And he wins the throw, and he's been a consistent figure in this Oakleigh team all year, has Matt Dench. Whether it's been at left back or left wing, he's featured in every game this season and has fit in seamlessly into Chris Taylor's side. And there is a Hume player down on that far side, so looks like they will make a substitution, a triple change in fact, Hume, in a few moments' time. It is Joseph Ford who's hit the deck, and it looks like perhaps his evening might come to an end if his injury is quite severe in nature, and we are going to see 3 players coming on here for Hume. Just waiting on confirmation of who those players are going to be. So Ford is one of those players coming off, and it's like Mark Ochieng coming on here at fullback, a natural replacement there for Ford. Mark Ochieng, who has been a consistent figure in his Hume team for many years, 5th all-time for appearances for the club. Asen Ishak as well is going to be coming off here for the visitors. And it looks like, I think it's Mason Tatafu as well. So taking off 2 of their starting centre-backs. It looks like Rob Harker coming on here, the big attacker. And just wait on confirmation of that 3rd and final change. It's going to be Aaron Reardon as well who's coming on. So Reardon, Ochieng and Harker on. Harker has 5 goals in 10 appearances this season. He knows where the goals are. He's had to be patient for his chances this year. Struggled with some injuries, but when he's been playing, he's been hitting the scoreboard. So Oakleigh going to have to be well aware of what Harker can bring. So just over 20 minutes of regulation remaining in this game. Would take something quite spectacular for Hume to turn this one around, but Oakleigh at the moment cruising. He's set to get back to winning ways. Here's Holmes. Oakleigh as well getting ready to make a couple of changes of their own. They've already made the one with Holmes coming on for McGill. Sinclair coming forward from midfield, playing it out wide. Is Dench. Twisting, turning, pirouetting, looking for something, and he's found Guest, but he's unable to play it back to Dench on the 1-2. Kurtag slips, turns it over, and here's Sinclair. His players waiting in the middle. Has Dench, who plays on the deck towards Duradovic. So close to a second. Great ball in from Dench. It was beautifully worked on that far side. And Adam Duradovic so close to adding a second. And we are going to see Asaka Sumovic's day come to an end. And Thomas Alessandratos, one of their mid-season arrivals, coming on here. And as well, Adam Duradovic's day is going to come to an end after a very, very impressive evening. Continuing his goal-scoring run. And oh so close to adding a fifth of the season. And it'll be Jacob Tratt who comes on in his place. Surprisingly, amongst the substitutes today, he's been a key figure in this Oakleigh team since arriving from Western United last year, but opting to change things up, and in his replacement, Ajak Dayu in defence, has just been sensational. Actually, it looks like that there's a change of heart. Asaga Sumovic is going to stay on, and Matthew Dench is going to be coming off instead, and Alessandratos on in his place. So, not sure if this means that Joe Guest might be leading the line now for Oakleigh, perhaps. We'll see how the movement of the magnets works here for Oakleigh, but they are going to a back five. That's one thing that we do know for certain, as they look to just lock things up here. Kurta. Holmes does well to intercept. Guest. Here's Alessandratos. Both him and Noah Holmes, formerly of Western United's academy program, but now here at the Cannons. Dobele met by two Oakleigh players, and it's turned over. And here is Tratt getting his first touches on the ball. So Dandy Thunder have doubled their lead against Port Melbourne around the grounds, so it looks set that Oakleigh are going to remain fourth, but looks set for another big step towards securing finals football as Kasumovic's ball into the area. Alessandratos helps it in on the second attempt. Tom Alessandratos with his first goal for Oakleigh. Denied the first time, but wouldn't be denied again. And Oakleigh make it 4-0. Alessandratos, who already has 5 goals to his name this season in Port Melbourne colours, now has his 6th in Oakleigh's. Bit of extra icing on the cake here for Oakleigh. They have roared back to winning ways, and this has just been a resounding performance from the Cannons. Alessandratos getting off the mark for Oakleigh. Another player just adding to that incredible depth that Oakleigh have up front. Getting his first. It wasn't the most pretty of goals, but it doesn't matter. They all count the same. And Oakleigh now 4 goals to the good. Hume, well, it's going to be 5 games without a win heading into the final 4 games of the season. Those 3 games against the 3 sides that are in the bottom 3 are going to be massive for both teams, particularly, obviously, the sides they're playing against are going to be desperate for points, but as are Hume, given how precarious they're sitting above both Green Gully and Dandy City, but they could be behind Dandy City by the time that game starts, depending on what happens between now and then with Dandy City playing tomorrow against Avondale. Alessandrados again, looking to get forward down that left-hand side. Bumps into Ochieng, but gives away the free kick. It's going to be a substitution here for Hume City. Double change at that'll be Mehmet Oysel and Oliver Keeler coming on here. Josh Bingham and Lloyd Isgrove making way here for Hume. A frustrating evening for the Hume attackers, just have not been able to breach this Oakleigh defence. And, I mean, those flashpoint moments early in the game, Godfrey Dobele and Isgrove just before half-time, particularly those 2 moments that I think the Hume, when they look back on this game, they'll be ruined that they didn't make the most of. Of course, the second one was denied by some great, desperate defending, but that first chance for Dobele particularly. But really, since then, it's been one-way traffic, and Oakleigh have just been able to put their foot down and flex today. It's now an opportunity for both Ollie Keillard and Mehmet Oysel to finish this game strongly and make an impression for coach Nick Hegarty. Oysel does well and gets around Boyce, but Boyce does well to get back and win the ball back there for Oakleigh. Still working so hard here, Oakleigh, wanting to see this game out strongly and really just send a reminder to the rest of the competition, you know, that the champs are still here and they're prepared to defend their crown and they're ready to go again come finals time. Despite the form of the teams above them. Once it gets to September, it all changes. Ochieng into the box. Trapp managed to gets ahead to it, and here's Kasumovic looking to push the pace back the other way. Has Guest in support to his right. Waits for the run. Dinks it over the top to Guest. Kasumovic waiting back in the middle. But well defended there by Adis getting back. But Sinclair's there to mop up. Guest. Holmes. David plays it out wide. It's Hampson. Stepping forward from defence. Still going is Hampson. The deck and... Right. So, an apology for those at home if it did come up with Harry Arneson as the goal scorer on your screen. It was, in fact, Tom Alessandrados, as we mentioned, but informally had the number 23 as the ball goes out there for a goal kick. So technical difficulty a little bit earlier. So just over 10 minutes remaining. And a free kick awarded there to Hume on that far side. And the visitors at the moment just looking to end this game strongly and build towards that huge final month of the season. And those games are going to be must-watch, given especially what both those teams, when they're playing Port Melbourne, when they're playing Melbourne Knights, and they're playing Melbourne Victory, how important they are. Just how much is going to be on the line for both teams. Finals and survival, really. Taking on a Port Melbourne team that are currently 6 points inside the drop zone, but that gap could extend depending on what happens with Altona and South Melbourne's game tomorrow. All over the top there looking for Mehmet Oysel, and just want to keep it alive. Plays it short. Keeler into the area. Harker is looking to knock it down. Alessandratos clears, and here's Guest. Dayu stepping forward from defence to help out, and he plays it centrally. Here's Alessandratos. He's looking for Kasumovic, and it's cleared away. One back there by Sinclair. And when they do play the Melbourne Knights, I mean, by that stage at the moment, given they're down against the Preston Lions, 2-0 at the moment, they're currently 8 points inside the drop zone. So really, that game could be basically deciding Melbourne Knights' fate, depending on what happens by then. Sorry, 7 points inside the drop zone. So it remains to be seen, but every game so important in this run home. And of course, they have the Doherty Cup final break before that game against Melbourne Victory, which again could be massive victory as well. 6 points inside, but they play St Albans this week, and again, all depending on what happens tomorrow with South Melbourne and Altona will play a big role in how things stand for Hume's opponents in the next 3 weeks. Here's Sinclair. Dayu. Holmes. Short to Boyce. Kasumovic just happy to hold it up and wait for some support, but well played there from Mehmet Oysel, who's had a good little patch since coming on here in this second half and wins his side of throw-in. And really for Oakleigh, their finals tune-up really continues next week. Another game against a team that they could still potentially play in a first final. They could still meet Hume again in a final, depending on how the ladder falls. And could play Dandy City, of course, as well, who they play next week at Frank Holohan Soccer Complex, the side they did meet in the elimination final last year at this venue. For taking on Altona, Heidelberg away, which is going to be an absolute blockbuster between the form side in the league and the reigning champs. And then, of course, South Melbourne on the final day. So a lot of big games in the offing for the reigning champs. As shot there deflected, and it's out for a corner. It's Mehmet Oysel again, who's been busy since coming on and wins his side a corner here as Hume look to get themselves a consolation. Corner here on this far side. Curter into the near post, nodded away there by Hampson. Comes out to Ocheng, who takes it on the volley. Sinclair, it's cleared away, and now Guest. As Kasumovic making the run further forward. Feeds it through there towards the South Australian, who's patient, holds it up. Back there to Guest. Sinclair, lovely ball looking for Hampson. Chases this one down. Crosses it in first time. Alessandratos helps it on its way. And it's behind and out for a goal kick, and he wants a second, Alessandrados. Just was unable to steer that one on goal. It's out for the goal kick. So just over 5 minutes remaining here. Was Connor Hampson, of course, who did put that ball into the area, kicked things off with a towering header early in the game to give the Cannons the lead. And Duradovic, Dayu, Alessandrados all getting on the score sheet. Attackers and defenders tonight. They're all getting in on the act. This man here, though, has 14 to his name this season in Joe Guest. He hasn't been among them as his ball finds Alessandrados, but he couldn't play it through to Kasumovic, and that rolls through to Michael Weir. But he has turned provider tonight, Joe Guest. He's really had another one of those just sensational performances, has Guest. And this is so impressive from Oakleigh, especially considering no Alex Salmon tonight as well. It's Harker out wide to Doberlay to make something happen on that far side, but Dayu's there again. He's happy just to shield that one out for a goal kick. It's been a very impressive performance from Ajak Dayu tonight. And we are going to see a substitution here for Oakleigh, their final one of the game, and it's going to be Roy Gregory coming on here for the final few minutes. His third appearance of the season. And he will replace Asar Kasumovic for the final couple of moments. So an opportunity here for the youngster. A rare one for the 19-year-old. So on he comes. Kasumovic making way. Able to add to his 5 goals this season. Asar Kasumovic, who has been in good goal-scoring form, but Gregory getting his opportunity here for the final couple of minutes. Reardon sending it long towards Harker. Nods it down to Ochieng. Harker goes all the way back. O'Kane. Reardon floating ball in towards Harker. Gets ahead to it, but be a corner, so he did enough there to knock that one off an Oakleigh player. They get a consolation here. Hume, and just end this game on a bright note. It's been a tough evening for them. Ochieng. Still going on that far side. Goes to ground and wins another corner. So the NPL football does continue tomorrow. 2 more games. As mentioned, Avondale, Dandy City, which both teams will be keeping an eye on, particularly Hume. And South Melbourne, Altona to round up the action tomorrow. It's the ball into the area, nodded away there by Hampson. And on Sunday, St Albans take on Melbourne Victory in another massive game for both those two teams. St Albans looking to lock in their place in the top tier again next year. Victory desperate for points to keep themselves in the mix to survive this season, extend their stay in the top flight. Here's Ussell. Well defended there by Boyce. Out for another corner. Corner taken short. Ussell into the area, nodded across the face, and Hampson's there to shield that one behind. Does he do enough? Yes, and he wins the goal kick. So Jack Wachowski has done a lot to do in this second half, and he'll take his time with this goal kick, closing in on his second clean sheet in Oakleigh colours. And Well, with Nick Feely back on the bench, it'll be interesting to see what Chris Taylor goes with in the weeks ahead. But you'd think with another clean sheet to his name, that Wachowski has perhaps earned that number 1 jersey at least for another week. It all remains to be seen, and even with that battle between Deo and Tratt in defence as well. Of course, they're both on the field at the moment, but who starts from the first minute next week will be an interesting talking point come Friday night. It's Holmes. See what the 4th official, Bailey Panuto, puts up on his board. So we're into the final few minutes of this game. We get 3 more minutes here at Jack Edwards Reserve. Holmes. Dobley does well. Here's Sinclair. Guest. Plays it out wide there to Boyce. Into the area. And here's Roy Gregory. He's in behind. Gregory to the back of the net, but the flag's up. And it denies a first senior goal for the youngster. So unlucky. And so close to adding a 5th there for Oakleigh. And what a moment that would have been there for young Roy Gregory to score his first Oakleigh goal. The opportunities have been few and far between since he made his senior debut, and boy, that would have been something if he was able to add a 5th and put his name up in lights and join Alessandrados scoring their first goals for Oakleigh tonight. Ocheng's ball into the box. Track got ahead to it, and it came off Dobley last, and it's another goal kick. So more seconds off the clock here for Oakleigh. Win number 13 in the column for the Cannons. They just sent that reminder to the rest of the competition. We're here, and we're not going to step down from our championship position with any ease heading into finals. Hume City, though, big few weeks if they want to return to finals. Sinclair. We're going to play it through, but it's chopped out there by Reardon. Here's Dobley. Hume looking to go back the other way and add a consolation late. Wissell. Well defended there by Holmes, and keeping under his control as Ocheng is all the way back to Kurta. Dobley back to O'Kane. Probably 1-2. O'Kane still going. Has the shot. It's blocked there by Hampson. Comes out to that far side and cleared away there from the Oakleigh defence. Ocheng still going. And he wins his side a corner. So seconds remaining in this one. This one just petering out here. Pulled into the area, and Reardon got ahead to it with Wachowski off his line and did well to collect that one. And that's that. Another win for Oakleigh. Win number 13 of the season. They only won one of their last 5 before this, but normal service resuming tonight for the reigning champions. A big, big win here, defeating one of their fellow finals contenders, Hume, 4-0. Connor Hampson opening the scoring for the Oakleigh Cannons. Adam Doradovich made it 2 before half-time and had the Cannons flying at that point. Ajak Dayu made it 3 before half-time, before Tom Alessandrados scored his first goal for the club, making it 4-0 and wrapping up the 3 points. Oakleigh take another huge step towards finals football this year. But Hume, their winless run continues. They've now without a win in 5. And we're watching nervously tomorrow if Dandy City jump them, who they play Avondale tomorrow. And if they win, Hume will end the round outside the top 6. So Nick Hegarty's wait for a win in his return as Hume coach continues for yet another week. Signing off here from Jack Edwards Reserve as the reigning champions steamroll to victory. The final score here, Oakleigh 4, Hume 0.